There comes a moment when you must face the truth. Every shortcut you've taken, every excuse you've made, and every comfort you've clung to has silently stolen pieces of your future. You can keep choosing ease, but it will cost you everything: your dreams, your pride, your potential. Comfort is addictive, but it's a trap, and eventually, it turns into regret. The kind that doesn't fade, the kind that keeps you awake at night, wondering what you could have been if you just tried harder. You've spent too long waiting for change, hoping that somehow success will find you without sacrifice. But success doesn't come to the comfortable, it comes to the committed. Sacrifice is hard, yes, it hurts. It costs you your time, your distractions, your temporary pleasures. You give up the late nights for early mornings. You skip the parties. You endure the silence when no one notices your effort. You choose sweat over sleep, discipline over desire, growth over gratification. It's not glamorous, but it's necessary. And slowly, everything starts to change. You stop chasing motivation and start building momentum. You stop being a slave to your feelings and become a master of your habits. Sacrifice becomes a part of you. It stops being pain, it becomes power. Every time you say no to comfort, you're saying yes to your future. Every time you push through doubt, fatigue, and failure, you're building something permanent, something unstoppable. You're becoming the version of you that once only existed in your imagination. You won't always see results right away. You won't always feel strong, but you'll keep going because you know what's at stake. You know that the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the torment of regret. So you decide, once and for all, sacrifice now or suffer forever. This is your life. This is your moment. The world doesn't owe you anything. If you want it, earn it. Fight for it. Bleed for it. Build it. Your future is watching, and it's waiting for one thing. There comes a point in life when you must confront reality. Every easy way out you've chosen, every justification you've made, and every cozy habit you've held onto has quietly chipped away at your potential. You can continue seeking comfort, but doing so will cost you everything: your ambitions, your self-respect, your true capabilities. Comfort feels safe, yet it's a snare that eventually breeds deep regret. The kind of regret that lingers long after the moment has passed, keeping you restless and wondering what might have been if you had pushed yourself further. You may have waited too long for change, hoping that success would come without any sacrifice. But achievement doesn't come to those who rest, it comes to those who persevere. Sacrifice is tough, it's painful, it demands your time, your distractions, and your fleeting pleasures. It means choosing early mornings over late nights, declining social events, and enduring silent hours where no one recognizes your efforts. You prioritize effort over ease, commitment over temptation, progress over instant gratification. It isn't glamorous, but it's essential. Gradually, everything transforms. You move beyond chasing fleeting motivation to developing unstoppable momentum. You break free from emotional control and master your daily routines. Sacrifice stops being a burden, it becomes your strength. Every refusal to settle for comfort is a yes to your future. Every push through uncertainty, weariness, and setbacks builds something lasting and unshakable. You evolve into the person you once only dreamed of becoming. Results won't always appear immediately. Strength won't always be obvious. But you persevere because you understand what's truly at stake. The pain of discipline pales in comparison to the torment of regret. So make your choice once and for all, given to sacrifice now or suffer the consequences forever. This is your journey, your moment. The world owes you nothing. If you want your dreams, fight for them, bleed for them, build them. Your future is watching, waiting for you to claim your fight. There comes a point in life when you must confront reality. Every easy way out you've chosen, every justification you've made, and every cozy habit you've held onto has quietly chipped away at your potential. You can continue seeking comfort, but doing so will cost you everything: your ambitions, your self-respect, your true capabilities. Comfort feels safe. The world moved fast, but you moved with purpose. Woke up tired, but still showed up. No one needed to know how hard it was. The work spoke for itself. Sacrifices became normal. Sleep became a reward, not a routine. While others doubted, progress quietly stacked. What used to break you now builds you. Pain stopped being the enemy, now it's part of the process. Some days were heavy. Still, the mission stayed the same. Confidence didn't arrive overnight, it was earned through discipline. You weren't loud, but the results started making noise. Not everything needed to be shared. Some victories were personal. Every failure added fuel, not fear. Quitting wasn't an option, not after how far you'd come. The mirror didn't lie, the person staring back was changing. Every small win mattered. Momentum replaced motivation. This wasn't a phase, it was transformation. No calendar reminder was needed, the goal never left your mind. Some days felt like war, but the mission didn't change. There were no witnesses when the hardest choices were made. Comfort was replaced by clarity. Not faster, just more focused. Every mistake taught something the winds never could. Silence became sacred, distractions became poison. Even setbacks began to serve a purpose. The pressure didn't ease up, your tolerance just grew. What once felt impossible now felt expected. Time wasn't wasted proving people wrong, it was invested proving yourself right. Old patterns were broken, not with motivation, but with consistency. Some relationships couldn't survive the upgrade. Priorities shifted, and not everyone fit the new version. What mattered most couldn't be seen, only felt. Discipline made decisions before temptation could even speak. Doubt still whispered, but action always shouted louder. Rest days weren't laziness, they were part of the formula. Results came slowly, then all at once. No applause needed, no audience required. Progress wasn't always visible, but it was always real. The vision stayed strong, even when the path blurred. Every challenge carved character deeper into the soul. Not everything needed to be fast, it just needed to be forward. Doubt came knocking, but discipline answered the door. Obstacles weren't dead ends, just detours for the prepared. Growth didn't care how hard it was, only how honest it was. No more chasing moments, now, it's about creating them. Energy was no longer spent on regrets, only results. Focus turned pain into precision. Fewer words, more action. No hype, just habits. Days stacked like bricks, each one laid with purpose. The foundation got thicker. Storms didn't shake it anymore. Inside, something unbreakable was forming. Workouts weren't just physical, they became spiritual. Early mornings turned into sacred ground. The grind became a form of peace. Every setback became a setup. Each loss carried a lesson. Quitting wasn't a thought, it was deleted from the system. Standards rose, excuses shrank, and goals got sharper. There was no shortcut, only self-control. Others noticed the glow-up, they just didn't see the grind. Confidence didn't come from applause, it came from resilience. Everything changed the moment discipline became the default. No more living on autopilot. Each move was intentional. Every day started with direction. The old self still lingered, but had no power anymore. Mindset shifted from survival to domination. No more waiting for the right time. Every minute became the right time. Limits were tested, then torn down. Comfort zones felt like cages. And freedom came from facing discomfort. The mirror started reflecting strength, not shame. No validation needed, results spoke fluently. Every scar became a chapter in the comeback story. Moments of weakness didn't define the journey, the bounce back did. Discipline led, emotions followed. Temptations came, boundaries held. Growth became the only option. The journey was personal now, no one else needed to get it. Every step forward came with resistance and was still taken. There was no hero waiting to save the day, it had to be built from within. Pride came, not from praise, but from persistence. Discipline wasn't a mood, it was a mindset. Every delay taught patience. Every failure sharpened direction. Momentum replaced motivation. Habits became harder to break in the best way. Routine evolved into ritual. Excuses lost their grip. The mission outgrew the distractions. Not everyone clapped, but that didn't matter anymore. Silence felt powerful now. Peace came from progress, not perfection. The hardest battles were internal, and they were being won. Fear got outworked. Ego got silenced. Self-respect replaced self-doubt. Confidence became a side effect of consistency. Mistakes weren't shameful, they were necessary. The old version couldn't survive in this new chapter. Energy shifted from reaction to creation. Time was spent building, not breaking. Success wasn't a surprise, it was scheduled. Discomfort became familiar, even welcome. Obsession turned into precision. Focus moved like a blade, clean and sharp. Quitting didn't fit anymore. Old friends didn't understand me, and that was fine. The journey isn't over, it's just heating up. And the best chapter hasn't even been written yet.